I used to think I was on top of the world. At a young age, thinking that, it was okay. And we used to look at other people and like, oh, well, at least I'm not doing this or doing that. I, myself, and I could admit it, used to be looking at other people like, oh, I just do pills. I don't do this, I don't do that. But in reality, I have to think like, wow, was I on drugs? It didn't do me no good. I used to get sick and it didn't feel good. You didn't think about, the effects and everything like that and, where you will wind up. I wound up in jail. I think that's what changed everything, going to prison. And I had a lot of time to think about everything. I lost my mom when I was in prison. I left my kids with family. They wound up in diapers. I was homeless, when I came home. I had to fight to get my kids back and dealing with depression and anxiety on top of that because nobody think it's real. I was actually solitary confinement for a year as well. And everybody like, well, how could you do that? How could you be in there for so long? When my mom passed away in prison, people was always around. So I never had a chance to grieve. Others look at it like, oh, you went to solitary confinement. It was okay. I was able to get to know me. I was in there by myself. I was able to pray. My youngest daughter was 5 days old, so her umbilical cord still was attached when I first went. I had to build that relationship with my kids again. Even my youngest daughter, I'm like, she's not going to know me. And I blame myself a lot. Being separated from your kids, when you come back, they're not the same no more. They're not the same person. The kids that I thought I knew as a child, how I was looking at them, that wasn't it. And I had to sit there and I had to take that and I had to say I was wrong. I made that choice. I took myself away from y'all. So I cannot be that parent to say, oh, mommy's home. And so many people I have witnessed done that. When they come home and they reunited with their kids, they still try to run them. And that's not how you're supposed to do it. You come home and you come home apologetic. I messed up. This is not your fault. I made a choice. Who else was supposed to be there for them? As time went on and our relationship grew, I started to feel the forgiveness. I was able to, it's hard to say, I was able to forgive myself when I knew my kids forgave me. Because I felt like I couldn't even live with myself and my kids didn't forgive me. So I feel like I lost, everything. At the time I was in college, I was going for my associate's degree. And I wound up graduating, so I wanted to pursue my bachelor's. Like, okay, let me figure out which school I want to go to. Then I wound up calling somebody, from my local church. I was waiting for them to say, oh, you're going to do it, and that wasn't the case. The person was like, no, you have to seek God for yourself. Go in your own, secret closet, pray, and get the answer. So I went and I wound up praying and I started writing it down. I'm like, well, God, I'm like, who's going to take care of me? I need this, but things is just not working out. The thought that I got and what I received was, if I take care of the birds, I'll take care of you. So I just stopped and I was just like, you know what? Let me just think things through. And I waited about 2 weeks. And I remember getting a phone call from Miss Waters. And she like, yeah, well, Blessed Ministries. She was like, they're doing a peer recovery training. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not doing nothing. So I came to Pathway. Pathway, I would say exactly what it is. It's a pathway to a new beginning. The best part is just taking the pathway experience and just actually living it in the moment and then carrying what you learn out in the world. They don't look for, oh, well, you need a master's degree before you work here. You gotta get your record expunged before you work here. It's none of that. It's like, come as you are. They always try to make it happen. They always try to align you up with, what you like to do and what you can do. And that was the best part because I was myself. I wasn't judged. And I actually had a second chance. And to be honest, Venturing actually was my first job that I was here for years. They give you a second chance. They're not looking for the fluff. They're not looking for nothing corporate. They take you as your authentic self. And I think that's the part that I really love. But you're able also to learn how to move forward. It was just a beautiful thing. And then at the same time, you're doing what you love. Is helping someone. Each area of my life has been in line to help someone. I'm here to spread love everywhere I go. And that's just that. I just move through life. And do I get my times, when I'm like, oh, I get overwhelmed? Yes, we all do. But the biggest thing is getting back up. If it wouldn't be from donations, I don't think I would be sitting here, because imagine if I didn't get that phone call. Imagine if I didn't, have a pathway. Imagine if I didn't have eventually. Everything I just told you would be just swiped away. And when you donate for a cause. You're changing lives, and you can actually see it, the proof of it.